guys, this time on Collectibles, since this entire show is dedicated to Star Wars, of course, the collectibles I'm going to show you tonight are about Star Wars. And I have a few things here. I have a lot of things that I can really show you, but I'm just going to show you my favorite ones. And it's because I have them since I was a little kid and they're still with me. They are not in the best condition though, but they actually have a lot of memories and I really love them. So the first one I'm going to show you are two toys. These are die-cast models from the Millennium Falcon and the transport. I don't remember the name of this. The transport from Bespin, the Cloud City. It has a lot of wear, discoloration and all this stuff, and it's because of a lot of play that I gave to them. Actually there were three. I actually had a snow speeder, but I do not know where it is. The Millennium Falcon is not complete. He's missing the cover for the cockpit. He actually broke, and the dish is missing because my brother actually lost it. And actually remember those storybooks that comes with a 45 vinyl disc LP. Actually, my mom bought those on the supermarket. Every time we were going to the supermarket, they were there. It came storybooks with about Disney stories, whatever, and it comes with a 45 vinyl disc, which actually tells the story and all that stuff. But I actually owned the Star Wars ones. I have here, this is The Empire Strikes Back, and as you actually see, I actually do have a lot of things of The Empire Strikes Back, which is my favorite movie. This one is in Spanish. It says La Guerra de las Galaxias, which is Star Wars, Imperio Contraataca, The Empire Strikes Back. The thing is that inside, look how bad it is. Inside, I actually have the one for The Empire Strikes Back, but also from Star Wars, the original one. Don't have the book, but I have those here. I also have the Return of the Jedi edition. Put it together. This is the Return of the Jedi, which actually I have it complete, but it's completely broken off. And I have the disc. I have two discs here. Motown. Lionel Richie. I don't know what it's doing here. Now another collectible that I really want to show you is not in good condition, but there have been with me for the longest time, and it's the full photograph storybook of Star Wars. This is hardcover, and it actually gives you the story and tells you the entire story of the movie. It has a lot of pictures. It also it has, I didn't know about this until I actually saw this book, because back in the day when you saw the movies, there were no extras. You can actually know anything about it unless you have these books. Let me see if I can actually find it. And this is one of the rarest scenes, because I never saw it on the movies and I didn't know anything about it. This is one of the scenes that were completely cut off from the movie. And it's when Luke is with Biggs, and Biggs is telling him that he's going to leave and all that stuff. In the special edition, they actually included scenes from this actor, which is at the end of the movie when he actually meets up with Luke, and they're about to fight the Death Star. That's the only scene they actually included in the movie. That's the Empire Strikes Back version. A lot of tape. It's not in the great condition also, but it's complete. There's no single page missing. I have all the pages here, and it is amazing to have. A little bit dusty, but it's awesome to have. Now the final item that I want to show you is very important to me. The reason is that when Return of the Jedi came out, I was a member of the Star Wars fan club, which is completely different of what hyperspace is now. You actually receive packages from in the mail, newsletters on the mail, telling you information about Star Wars and upcoming stuff and conventions and all that stuff. And I remember when I received my welcoming package. On my welcoming package comes a newsletter. It also comes a passport. I actually had a Star Wars passport. I no longer have it with me. Which actually on each page you have outline pictures of different planets, and I believe that Kashyyyk was in there, Alderaan was in there, don't remember all the planets, Coruscant I believe was there, but one of the things that actually came on that welcoming package was this, and this is an original Revenge of the Jedi patch. Now, why I say original? Because when Revenge of the Sith came out, Lucas actually, the Lucas people re-released this patch. They made a new version of this patch. It's exactly like this one. It was the original title of the movie, Revenge of the Jedi. But this one is my original one from 1980. I don't remember. But this has been with me from since forever. You can I actually have this patched on one of my jackets, and I took it off. But you can actually see the wear. You can actually see there with some fabric loose and all that stuff, because this is pretty old. Guys, as you know, I have the Force Unleashed 2 for the Nintendo Wii. One of the reasons that I actually bought this game is because I didn't have my PlayStation 3 at that time, and I actually owned the Force Unleashed 1 for the Wii as well. And I have to tell you, even though that this is the Wii version, it doesn't look like the PS3 or the Xbox 360 version. It looks awesome. And these people, when actually they said that they were going to improve a lot of the mechanics of the game, they actually were telling the truth. And many of those mechanic improvements that are actually done to the game is very noticeable to this version of the game. One of the things is the controls. The controls are completely awesome. To attack with your lightsaber, you have to wave your Wiimote back and forth and all this stuff to him to attack. This time you don't have to do that. All you have to do is just press the A button and he will do the attacks. Now, depending on the direction that you wave your Wiimote is the special move that he's going to do. And at the same time, the force moves that he has are depending on certain movements that you do with your Wiimote and your nunchuck. The controls on this game are completely awesome, and they have improved a lot from the first game. They are more responsive, it's easier to play, and one of the most improvements that I actually found on this game, which is still the same way on the PS3, on the second game from the first one, is when you're going to use the force to pick something. The objects actually will lit up depending on the places that you are looking at. And on the first game, you have to move. You want to take that thing, you have to point your character, Star Killer, to that place, so the object can actually be select itself, and you can actually use that to move it. This time, on the Wii, you have a cursor on the screen. It's like an aim. You have an aim on the screen, and all you have to do is just move your Wiimote, and whatever you point at, you're going to be able to either force push or either use your electrical powers, or you can actually pick it up. If I want to pick that thing, I don't have to go through all the movement. No, it's not that what I want. I want the thing that's on the other side. All you have to do is just point and click. And it's pretty easy to do it on the Wii version. Another thing is that anywhere that you actually move your Wiimote and you do a force push, is exactly where your character is going to do the force push. If you do it this way, it's going to do it that way. If you do it very close to you, your character will move to the back and throw it behind him. So it's very responsive. You can actually move your character, use it in any way you want, and your force powers are going to be directed to the places that you really wanted to send them. Another thing that looks awesome in the game is the graphics. Okay, the graphics are not the same as the PS3 or the Xbox 360, but they are being improved on the Wii version from the first game. The first game actually is like it was some kind of a port from the PlayStation 2 and PSP version of the game, and it actually looks quite blocky. On this time, this game actually, the graphics has been improved. It looks better, it looks smoother, it actually looks real this time instead of that blocky characters that you saw in the first game on the Wii version, PlayStation 2 or the PSP. The graphic has been improved very well. They look awesome for the Wii. Actually, they look awesome. Now, on the downside, as everybody knows, the game is really short. The same thing happens on the Wii version as it does the PS3 and the 360 because it is the same game. Although this game was not developed by the same team of the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox 360. The people that actually made this game they did it going with the same story. The only things that changes are some movies on the game that perhaps on the PS3 happens in a certain way, but on the Wii version happens differently, but actually leads to the same place. And it happens the same thing over and over in all games. For example, at the beginning of the game, when you escape from Darth Vader, Starkiller actually uses the Force to break the wall and he jumps out. On the PS3 and 360, you can actually see Starkiller use his electrical power against Darth Vader, knocking him down, and he escapes. And then you play, the first stage you play is going down. But on the Wii version, that doesn't actually happen that way. On the Wii version, when Starkiller uses electrical powers against Darth Vader, Darth Vader actually used his lightsaber to reflect the electrical powers. But it actually hurt him because he is using force to repel the electricity. Then you see Starkiller breaking the wall and he jumps down. But the thing is that the scene where you're jumping down and you're using force powers, that actually is not on the Wii version. As soon as he jumps down, the first thing that you're going to do is when he drops down and you start to play the game. The stages are quite different. On the PlayStation 3, you actually fall to a place that there's a lot of stormtroopers. On the Wii version, you fall to a place there's nobody, but as soon as you get out from that place, you start to see all the stormtroopers around. It has all the same enemies, all the same areas, but the thing is that it's been changed a little bit, and it's pretty awesome. If you actually own the PS3 version of Star Wars, take a look to the Wii version because you're gonna like it as well. It's a complete different way to play the game. It's the same story and all that stuff, but it's a very different way. More content could have been better to the game because it's really short. Actually, they went more into the combat system of the game than in the story, and giving more depth to the story. But actually, at the end, they give you a nice cliffhanger, telling you there's a third game coming up. So I hope that when that third game comes up, it has a better story and actually takes us into a very different place that we have ever been. Now, the DLC is only available for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. There is no DLC available for the Wii at the moment. I don't believe there's going to be. That is a bummer because I really love to see those DLCs on the Wii version as well. So, overall, the game is awesome. I really like it. I give it a 5 out of 5. The Wii version, completely awesome, completely worth it. Well, guys, that's the whole show for this month.
Yeah, now that we have a PlayStation 3, we're gonna have a lot more reviews, you know, than just a Wii, you know.
Another thing is that remember to look for us on Facebook. We are on Facebook at V Game Masters.
We have Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, people.
Exactly. Look for us on Twitter as Vidium X.
Bye.
It's a trap!